Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today I am making the bracelet that I did the pattern for yesterday. This was pattern 4254 over on friendshipbracelets.net. And yes, it's been modified and changed around a little bit. It's essentially, I think, in the dovetail family, with the way that the little boxes all have that same little arrow kind of thing going on. Big significant change though was putting a diamond right in the middle of it and then changing the direction on the other side. So kind of in line with some of the recent bracelets, I tried to make it so that way the little V-shaped things were pointing inwards, and I don't know if that is why I like it so much, or if it's just because it's real earthy tones. That's like maybe another good reason. When I showed it to Mandy, she said to her it looked like the Arabic carvings in wood, and yeah, I kind of see that. I get where that's coming from. But then to have this big focal point in the middle with the light color string being the predominant thing of that diamond, really gives it kind of like a bold look. So yeah, this is a really neat bracelet. It took about an hour and a half to make it. I did just past the halfway point yesterday, and I finished it up today. And like I said, it was all in. It was about an hour and a half, which is not bad, I suppose. It's 18 strings coming down, right? So 9 going into the loop. And like I said before, this was the result of me cutting up string for a bracelet and then not getting the count right in my head. Like, I was supposed to be a 12-string bracelet, and somehow, yeah, I just got the numbers wrong. And so I had these kumis, out and ready to make into something. I wasn't sure what. And a real obvious thing here is the darkest color string gets used the most. So it did affect one of the tassels a bit. It's still plenty long enough, but it wasn't as long as the first one. I didn't realize that the left side was a little bit shorter than the right. But yeah, it definitely uses the darkest color a lot more. So if you're gonna make one, just don't be stingy on that color in particularly. The light color, obviously, that was used the least, with the exception of like where that diamond is. So like 2 strands got used a bunch more than the other ones, but still the light color hardly used, which is cool. It's the whole thing is a look, and it's kind of bold. Now, mind you, I think this would look cool in all kinds of different color combinations. We could have gotten a lot brighter and it still would have looked cool, but with the darker colors, it looks, I don't know what the word would be, like tribal. Like there's something different about it that just really looks pretty cool. You'll also notice there wasn't any like real big segmenting. It's just done in these rows. It kind of made it easy, to be honest. Just bringing down the rows one after the other. It helped me to kind of keep track of where things were, because there's like 5 rows from the very beginning to where it starts to stop off because of the middle diamond, and then there's just a couple rows before you start to go off to the other end. So it kind of made a little bit of sense. And like here, where like the dark row, I just waited to the end because I could do it in one swoop, and I thought that kind of made sense. And then you got this big light color diamond going into it, which is cool. Yeah, I definitely like how it turned out. There were some moments where I was kind of questioning it, like, are the colors really just too dark? Did I not give enough contrast? But then in the end, I think it's perfect. I think somebody out there is just gonna find this to be really, really, awesome. And yeah, I like it. I really do. Oh, so since this is the middle, see, I always forget this. I need to thank my YouTube members for making this possible. I know I say it in all my videos, and I'm going to keep saying it. Just thank you guys. You guys have made all of this around here happen, from the lighting and mics and everything else. So thank you guys so much for your contributions. I don't make enough from the advertisements or anything like that yet. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just don't have enough viewers, or maybe you guys don't get to see the ads. I have no idea why I have to rely on people to do a membership to make this work, but it's working out. So if you want to join, it's the join button down by subscribe, and every little bit helps. So thank you guys again. So yeah, once I got past the diamond, I kind of worked out all the stuff on the right hand side, so I could have one long dark row going across, and then I could go back to the segmenting rows at a time. It's possibly more efficient. I really don't know. I didn't try alternative methods to it, but it kept everything kind of nice and even, and yeah, it seemed to work pretty good. I didn't do anything special to try to even out the dark strings. I just kind of let them go as they would. So yeah, I mean, obviously every time a dark string crosses another dark string, you could figure out which one's longer and trade them up if necessary. But I just kept them going in these long rows and let the whole pattern itself work it out, and it was fine. So yeah, I mean, if you're in a bind and you see one string is getting used way too much, there are ways of swapping it in case that's what you need. So I don't know. I feel like I've done a similar pattern like this recently, but I don't know. This is just making this bigger kind of changed kind of how I feel about it. Sure, this pattern, you could do this in a much smaller size, but because it's big and you have so many of the little boxes going on either side of it, I think it really just comes out awesome. I think this would be really cool for a bag. Can you imagine just duplicating it exactly like this, right? Duplicate this, side by side 6 or 8 times, so you have a row of the light diamonds coming around the middle of the bag, and the rest of the bag are just these darker squares. I think it would look really, really good. That would be a real fun design to do, and it would probably be relatively quick, because this is a dovetail. It doesn't take a whole lot of studying patterns as you go along. When I did the more Celtic-y looking bags, I had to look at the pattern all the time, and it really slowed things down. So doing something like this, where it doesn't take a lot of concentration, would go a lot faster. So if you're thinking about making a bag or something, I would give this one a consideration as well. So, and you can see we're leaving off strings on the end. I didn't do the dark one. Obviously on the right hand side, I didn't do the dark one coming down because I could do it in one swoop when all the other places came into play. So that's how I did it. But yeah, we're getting near the end. Thank you for watching. Super appreciate it. If you're still here after all that, that's just awesome. It really helps out the channel. You'd be surprised. Another way to help would be to hit the like button. That would be really super cool. Maybe tell your friends, share the videos, that kind of thing. That would be cool as well. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.